Badiwlu fo lafta bunkendo la lafta sabati la dame men dabe sono yari walla itenata holiday la lafta sabati dula kendo la memo gesa soti sain ela jahalo banda sambata ko plaza nyinem duladi ise kuntilino dame ye gesa so soto me alanko adama kolea ye bungul soto je me alanko 3 bedroom mol bije 2 bedroom mol fanambe bulu jela nyim bunkono isula da fefen na iba soto la jela e a conditional bijele microwave fol be bunkono ela jonkol be senari abe jankurin jio fana 24 hours abuka kuntu ni yata fana ilafta internet to use la amanjare ye credit ko sang wireless obi jele 24 hours bari nyil mandam wala de ni ata ilafta kodo kila wala ka kodo receive wal fanam bi jele memo money transfer isa be keno ata imam finti banda e be dame wala sukuta garden johnson bari mandam woto illa dulabe bansam fana nyim facility kilimul isol fana sorono wo dulata je adabe sonari ata ite bata ko sorla je ni lafta kuma ko sorla e kumandi 230 3841 wala 393 3102 wala handsign 9288244 wala 7292686 Samba Takko Plaza nyillem dulati mi alonko
ala baraka bakiyatal manke Eco TV International GBA fele mutanambi aramiselongo kana programme di yalla di current reality mi alonko dalta ka di yalla aramise menga programme di yalla wala mal badi mari Ibrahima Jara programme woni men yalon ko wala ya fasa wala Samba Takko Plaza ñunnam ñon tangoti banko ñin kan ni natalan ka bunkendo di molla bungomi yalon ko a jankuta asenia da jiyo buka mankeje ibe bantala banko kanela fakana gambe jankumpa boro la ko wole dew bafale ya kane dew ta Samba Takko guest house wala no plaza mi yalon ka fala sukuta garden johnson be dame anen traffic light o man jam fa nyoma futa ila dinkra nyinto e sabati no ata nyen dinkra nyinto e ka meje nyame ko wolda ka sonde ya wala je wala nyame meje nyabo wala de be sabat la ko la nyin kono fengo bebe jela ta jarle finti banda kala sandiroge mini maketo be ata nyen dinkra nyinto le mi yalon ko fayla fengol be ka bo dame wala america banko kandi forex bureau be ata nyen la nyinto le andon fan ni futa je e mo molti mi yalon ko fan aka munde sila kodo ki ya receive ya falim dla kilingo nyinto atran ko man finti banda ta ban sampana Samba Takko just house be ata nyen dinkra nyinto futila dla nyinto je yes sabati je ni dia kono fana o nyama ka fo jiber la le ko kal wakelende ale subscribe to our YouTube channel anem fana ka fa al kalbula no on Facebook on Eco TV International interview wara mal bi yalon ko fa alla faka wala jibe albula Eco TV International tema no ma rada prograle ke modi mi yalon ko ali yalo membe kerim banko nyinka anen ko wolbe laare je nyame o nyama ka fa jiber la le ala baraka bake mutanan de current reality show ko ke Ibrahima Jara na lunta moment bi programme mo nyinto wala Mr Jammeh Bojang wala mon na lunta on programme mo nyinto Mr Bojang baraka bake ngi soro nyame on Eco TV International.
Thank you so much Ibrahima Jara fanamu Ibrahima Bojang ne tibare ni ani nganko dila ni enkile Ibrahima lante nte dankulela because nakanyela nto Jammeh wole Faramansa Tadal. Thank you very much, Allah Baraka, for coming and for having me.
Very good. Miko Jammeh Bojang. Jumalem Jammeh Bojang.
Jammeh Bojang for youth worker, a social worker. Cabinet school, Amity school. And I start na secondary education. Cabinet Amity school, in fact, ndabe nyim funding ke doku kwota ne football mvanka football keleno ngaboro traile barma o sambano then concentrate on football kan and youth work. In fact, back in school ngani revolutionary groups fana member let you know like Gambia anti-apartheid movement, Voice of the Future, a lot of other people. But in modern school I continued on football and in youth work. For Alain Dema, na division of Yen Tombong National Youth Council, what a National Youth and Sports Somnong in the 1989 policy. Mbe kono after we covering up football bulale, nata water youth work, Western Division, national level, for National Youth Service scheme form. I was the secretary to the board, and I became a member of the Gambia National Olympic Committee for 8 years. I was also Secretary General of the Gambia Football Association for 15 years. I was a member of the Special Olympics, And Jama Ming Latakang. I became a member of the Commonwealth Youth Program, also Committee of Management. I was elected in Sierra Leone, re-elected in Namibia, and then I gave up in Maldives. Buba Paldela days later. So broadly, Gambia represented so much in youth and sports activities. At Secretary General Yahanima for Ngamire Odo Kalamutale for 15 years, and I was a match commissioner, coordinator, Secretary General for FIFA, Secretary General for GFA, positions hold in CAF also, coordinator and so on. And I became Secretary General for West Africa. That's WAFU, Zone A. So basically that's me and Muko Mongoleti and a Gambian. Ngamira nyanta follow la wole but ni last time fanang amanjawya. Andumu journalist will bitane fanantin ko ngambare ndungole dialla. Wol baby jere ku jama nsa follow kabiri nyam fo fitiron taban.
Okay. GFF mi yalan ko wala Gambia Football Federation yes kata secretary general te dame. Iye fonyo jele munat ne ye fonyo.
Mbenu jele from January 4th 1996 for 2012 I was the Secretary General, then Nata plus two soto walam ni wafu plus sote. But wafu divided into two. Wafu nung 16 block country led. Union led. 16 countries, West African countries. So for administration and management purposes, in Ata Talapulati. Yake Zone A and Zone B. Zone A, 9 countries, Zone B, 7 countries. So I was appointed by CAF to oversee 9 countries, all of Zone 80. That was why I left Gambia football.
So, Kabiri bought a Gambian footballer. Let's come about 2017 where about Kanafo Hanifa signed them football on you. Let's start with the FIFA goal project. Mi alonko ye wole londi jana ma mi alonko wole mu be yundo. Aji Kabiri ye jelo modul bije mi alonko iafo eko GFF man Gambiano la kodo ma maraku ke doku mi alonko ye wole jiki ko nyanda ka keje imake anyama atenyen lanyi fo modul fon bije ko fam ni e konti boy la baro le batara ko tinyaro la keje mune muy la viewti on FIFA goal project mi alonko wole beja modul bije ko is not up to standard fe ngol le bije mi alonko wol ala tembo nyanda tambila wala.
I think I have been yearning for such a moment can explain Ningul project movement. Because in 1998, the FIFA Congress at the Hotel Montparnasse in France for the World Cup final in France 98, FIFA president pledged Teleco. Now winter elections, he was going to give every national association $1 million. That is the FAB, financial assistance. Then I've been at a function program, that is the president's program, which will be called the FIFA Goal Project. That will help in building the infrastructure. This was in 98. I was then Secretary General. President Obi was there. Ning Obi Tata, France, we submitted proposals, new proposals from Sahel Invest. I worked with them to come up with those proposals. Then Nara France approval dinner. In fact, they found Ataranu new subvention of fund. FIFA ya Kenyinela because ni tata associations man kodo soto in those days. Ibuka board soto. Section do lebe in the CAF and FIFA statutes. Ni imang will satisfy. You cannot get a vote. Ibuka participate in 2 FIFA programs. Ibuka participate no at a FIFA Congress. You don't vote. But you don't vote. So kawo malotala associations can in other with this financial assistance program. So that associations can financially it's a FCR to participate in programs. You know, we are in fact winning a FIFA president with Wolo Tofongo, he signed a check for 50 GFA man of his stadium of Mbewola Kononu, Luaso Dobje Fabuka Jono, office furniture TJ, So if 50,000 FIFA president near 50,000 in a set blatter, $50,000 din naje ni wonata nang. Check them international. Nga bini nga cash nga nata official dada woleto. Stadium o kono jente nga nyankumul kawulu strip min kono nga je clear nga refurbish then nga ke secretary general office the main hall ni staff dul be woleto Abdul Salam and so on. That's how we came up with this. With Wokodo. Then we started getting more monies. Name you spend, you claim. Yela report send, they send you some money again. Then not a stationary sang, and for salaries for established. That's how we came up with Wokodo, one financial assistance program. Then the gold project also came. Building on a project proposal sent to the gold project, we wanted to build a center. All of new center, new FIFA gold project. Ndolanga a build na administration. We sent money, yakodo kinyenang, $400,000. Imakin tule direct. Because we were not very rich, I can say. Mawo rich ke. Ni kodo natan tol can direct, maybe it's a hajidul sinanole avaje project oriented banner. So we instructed FIFA to be a contract tuning identify. Contract tuning Joe direct. FIFA ya Joe direct. So that's a project when you realize. $400,000. Then consultant nyumfana, yewofana Joe direct. 10% of the contract fee. So that's how Nganyingul project low. $400,000. Building a new law, we unfortunately administration told another Omar Sila administration not a CDO administration, but they left it here. That was unfortunate. It told their city kinte, it told them executive members to know. Now law data. Then we left. Because building the Badaje, it was unfortunate. Me Gambia football found setback from the dissolution of that committee. CDLA committee. These guys were dedicated people, hardworking, and they were arrested for nothing. They left the Football Association. But it was all a ploy. Tonyata Kom. It was all a ploy. Then Nyingul project Nata existing. Dahaba, Bakari Dahaba was managing it. We were trying to get sponsors, Kake School of Excellence in South Africa, but unfortunately, Amambeno at that time. We even talked to Mohamed Jah, Ning Aksigai, actually was vice president. We talked to Mohamed Jah to take over the Gold project. Yake School of Excellence, everything was there. Gym, classrooms, offices, and so on. But recently, Nata Mweko GFF, a refurbished. It all my lord, a refurbished. Yeah, saying Kandoku. And it cost them $700,000. I couldn't understand that.
So let's put this into context. Ning Atelialo, $400,000, if I'm right. So GFF ya refurbished at $700,000. So it means that Falendiro mi alonko wala kere wala siata mi atelier mendundeje. Do you think there should be any there could be any malpractices?
No, there wisdom in the whole thing. Ni if I banku bungolo. Ite nate o banku bungo tei. Ye banku bungo lo je makata. Yajel. But thing I mean believe fang. In 700,000 refurbishment could have built another center for any do refurbish. Because I have a index started high now. If they had spent $600,000, it's a center do somewhere else. That's what Senegal did. Yeminlo Yatola Bokandela, and they built another one somewhere in the east of Senegal. I was working with them. I know coming with their farm. But to me, what do I refurbish for $700,000? No. It doesn't add up. Obviously, I can't understand that.
Well, of recent ngaje kiwa ga GFF fong e kera multi mi yalla ko kibar tala do bije membo dak banko do kan Ghana kamonta ka beren ayafo akoye la koloni ya dundi nyalla mi yalla ko abet yalla they started celebrating banko dingo dol bije mi yalla ko akamonta wali aje ko hani akol tata nyami amanya kata wo nyama wala men dundi je akamonta amanjari wal itala miro fe wa koloni adat ama walantuma wo amount men joko wasifa ya spend kukela bang walantuma if there are irregularities.
I think I read your tweet from. I tweeted about it. You might have seen it. I cannot understand. I cannot understand a Ghanaian. I know him in person, Adams. I see in Cameroon or in Ghana. I could form jang at a majanyala. I mean, what I in my tweet I said I trust that he was induced to write such an erroneous story. I cannot understand it. That it's not fair at all to the Gambian football family.
If such situation arise, men joko nyin sifa ni woketa like molie kodo di la kabona banda jumanyo like nyanda ka gail audit wala ke kontibo nyin si kodo nyin spenta nyadi la kuwalta nyadi la. Is that happening?
Anyway, in those days, I fully remember Alhaji Amadou Sy went on Aning Aliu Jammeh, former minister. They went on the media, ban they see the whole executive ban because we'll book an audit, which wasn't true. In those days, we were being audited by Deloitte and Touche and KPMG Senegal. Well, atina bidi wo for drong nga kemo CCJ let's call a press conference at the Bio Semiga Jane Hall. He controlled my audit since 2009 to 2011. We brought in our audited reports from 2007 just to prove them wrong. It all got 2009, we went backwards to 2007 to 2011 just to prove them wrong. In 12 days, we were being audited. And ni nata fang ni audit, they observe observations be dilale. You present a management letter you send to them to tell them to observation community. You work on them. You explain. We used to do that. This time around, I'm sure you must have seen one of my tweets again where the auditor said they gave the GFF a clean bill of health. I was surprised. They couldn't even see a toilet that was built for $33,000. What kind of toilet was that? It's in the books of the GFF. The auditors could not detect that. The auditor cannot. Gambian auditor should understand it's a toilet or 1.5 million. Who goes to that toilet? Not me, perhaps not you. You see? So these are some of the things minuka hakilul jahas.
Jammeh bije miko auditor ñun mo molti mi yalan ko ila autonomy ñing is reserved in them ningo fo wala ila taram fambulo be fangale bulu andon ila tamandiri ñañanta ka tare fangale. Do you think that ye mem for if not you feel is erroneous wala manke kuti mi yalan ko alota? What must have been the possibility pour you kuma sifa fa kamol filen?
I don't talk about bribery because it's a daily occurrence in this country. It's not it's not a new normal. We'll call it a new normal. But what mean inducement? You induce people to do things. Ika mo dusonya buye kul ke manya na minkela. O ye tonya ibuka tonya fasa wale be na Bangkok. Na Bangkok, to be honest, tonya buka fasa jang. And wo buka Bangkok samba nyato. Bangkok luwa nin tonya le ka samba. Bani mole kuke kuru yake mol kate numan sakunda komo or minister kari leben wolom na friendly. That wobuka banko samba. Tinya robuka banko dala. To be honest, it na ya fonte ko nte tambita ibente sino iben sino noma. Nte tambita ninjele na te ko ben nyakula tilbula bante sonna.
Bayri ntamu molti mi yalan ko football la karola mandin kaje ba ke barjane mbe bolawra akamunta kabala administration mi yalon ko abe wala litka ni ebe haymara la performance ni ya gauge nyadila
not so good. Not so good. Yalo more loopholes management and administration ma function area let you have technical areas and so on, but nika technical area jibe ko ha national team succeed, national team at the senior level mbe wala waka succeed. You think the management is good? No. Management, you have a lot of flaws in management. Ntol min tambita ni jela ngajele. You know, it's in Afang. Momi along abe dokuala, for instance. It's the longest serving secretary in Gambian football. Another layer by Tilibula Bakiling, a Fenke. And no train up to, by high level, Kavla programs to. Minkada Victoria Robots. Inata Tilibula Baya by Amam Fenke. Inyanta will maintain nale. Institutional memory, Yasotole. Yadil. But then Gambian or Kabulo Kosinyo Mina, especially in recent times, the qualification of the team to Cameroon, I was fossile. Not expected. But that does not in any way reflect on our leagues. Nante Jefana Jibela. Minu not playing to lead 99% of people European clubs later. They're not being trained locally. They're playing in the leagues out there. They qualified. Bantola leagues, Kalon Kona leagues better atale. We should qualify for the CHAN. That is the African Cup of Nations for local players. What about attending na management is good, the federation is intact and so on. But a federation that is getting $5 million per cycle, $5 million per cycle, you cannot do anything. If you're in FIFA house, football house, FIFA house. Become a fellow to tell me, show me, Jara Soma Philo, Ndolom, Nimbaba Job, Farafene Philo, GNOC. To show me $5 million, you come in sort of per cycle, Akatamuntole, if I'm in Nkala. Ask yourself, where does it go to? But Nimoli Tonya for drunk, ika for opposition. Ntul nga banko le kanoni wonde mfana mbita hani manda ni mbagwela banse tiketo zangata sin na family kon in the UK. But we must love our country. And ninga kuriya nga expose. Hani ndefang. Ninga kuriya ke expose it. I mean, but I cannot understand a football association, they can government department or an NGO. No. Football association, one function entity letter, function institutionality. Me along an don amake 8 to 4 do quote. 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Football monkey. Football you work all the 24 hours a day. So
after Nila Tam, Nimbante, me along be welcome. Do you think they should seek for another one?
No, they should not. According to the constitutional, they should not. You should not exit 2 terms. Why should you? In fact, Mimuna problem to Fananjang, we have briefcase clubs, briefcase management, club management systems. Young clubs, they're not organized or they're not financially strong to determine. Yaro kudolka kejanita okela hani Senegal. Jena loka formule kamole bill $33,000. Wote kele ite okel sengor wala tela la gore. Ma fo Dakar fankor gore de abedama tela la je. The reality is the Mola Kodo are utilized to the best of your ability. But Kapalaso ta just because of Kodo. Wale be na jandro. Na football of fankor to be frank. Ika kudol moje.
Ya fala eko national team la ta Cameroon imeta kajela wala yajela ko mo fenen mi yalon ka bakela. Let's come to the Gambia sita statement modol bije mi yalon ko ya eko si tambino wotun ko nyina ko nyi ka mo molti mi yalon ko contrat ko men yala jam fara bake atra non ko fam imadi ni hakil tu ko non eko ni wonti na tun ko nyi tambino nyina mo mi la tek
ndem maje ko kuj la fam ndem maje ko kuj la contract 5 years Gambia da malbe okel. This GFF Damalve Okela. You cannot contract a coach for 5 years just because I qualified in the Nations Cup. Now I qualified in the extra 1-2 years diala. Because Coach Benjamin saying, Ning for instance, next qualifiers, Mfelta. Nikoeba by Leba Jola 5 years bill. You have to pay him off, or else you have a problem with FIFA. So the reasonable thing that should have been done was 2 years, 1.5 years contract, and so on. For 5 years. And Fananka for Kontara Cameroon, we went to the quarterfinals. Banku Fulayake Jane, Cape Verde, and in Madagascar. They went to the quarterfinals before us. But, true achievement, great achievement. I have great admiration for the boys. And if I intend to the semi-finals, I would have been there. I would have joined them there. But all along, my instincts were telling me, there is a top Nujan Neto. Coach Njede. At Nations Cup, you cannot go ila first appearance, you win. Bankunene make. Ila first appearance, you win. No, not in recent times. Maybe when Sudan, when it was 5 countries, Egypt, Sudan, South Africa, and Ethiopia, all Sifal. But with 24 countries now, you cannot go in the first year, you win. The boys actually did wonderfully well. I was so happy. You cannot tweet Fangojela on Gambian football. I even wrote a prose about their performance, which I very much love, and I think one day I will publish it as a book fund. But they did very well. Gambia did extremely well, and we're happy about it. But external proficiency and efficiency later can to qualify. Ila clubs in Europe will makoi. That does not tell na coaches dang are good. On the league is good, no.
If somebody mo iba folk and want to member then the GFF la kola isa for alkal koto mukala visate wala kairo, perhaps you may not speak good about Kaba and Alamon.
It's not about speaking good about Kaba, or it's not. I don't even like mentioning names. I don't take institutionology. They have done things that are commendable. But amanke ko alkali koto kulom and the like. No. I mean, before I've been found, I put it on my tweets. If they do well, I commend them. If there is something to rectify, and I think I have an idea, I will. But the minka yentele tamwe, nedul tamwe will they're so blunt. Because like I met a friend, a co-worker, he was working under me one time, who said that he was going to walk into the GFF and ask them why Yetul exclude in Mantajana, Cameroon. I said, Amanjarala, it's not worth it. If you have money to go to Cameroon, pay. But the reality there is, if I have chance to talk to Kaba, I think next time around when Gambia qualifies, you think of the old guard. Presidents, former presidents, Senegal Kawaleke. They take a delegation of 100 plus people. Former presidents, former secretaries, club presidents, and so on. Let them go and also benefit from the qualification. Because everybody toiled for it. No, I have some issues in a training aspect. They train their people. I love that. They send their people to courses. That's okay. Nima educated staff, so you have to question your own efficiency. But they do good things today. Where you answer 10 things.
Okay. Now, limbota football la Carola. Let's come to Gambian politics. Me alonko ekadiamo wafananyina. Yela kano yitan the UDP la no ye wala fasa on December 4th presidential election. Karre fayo nying almana ganye nengo olam UDP de alboita nyato domande ifintita eko na party nyi alkat la loi da malkat wala falen almeta deri na nyanda ka kuwal falen. Well, what were you exactly trying to point out? Maybe it we blow tilling kan munela watu.
No, follow. You are right. I support the UDP and Bukanu because I think Amadou Sane and Bolon Sonko and a lot of others will tell you I have been in the UDP cabinet day one. But Ninata for saying UDP for 25 years, yes. They've been fighting to bring democracy to this country, and they succeeded in that. UDP was the only party to minka lo janka for hani for ninflanjambala doi. But they have too academic in their approach. UDP has never been academic. UDP was very blunt. Come out, nyumanya nakela, nyumanya kafunti on the streets. That even enabled 19 of our executives to go to jail. Some were killed, maimed. That's UDP. Not for 2016, we were able to remove, together with some other parties, to end Yaya's dictatorship here, and he left the country. We thought at that very moment we were going to get back democracy. I'm sorry, na fight is all about having democracy on the Gambia. Nata we celebrated here massively. Ndodo ngame mbota nang Kebad de fang nata nang otombe tournament dole organized kang. I was in Kebad nata nang to vote. I saw the massive approach UDP in Sotono. I consider the UDP from the People's Party, grassroots party, Mulla party law. But along the way from 2000 to now, 2016 to now, a disappointment Jamal Soto. Barrow leaving the party, forming his own party. That's the biggest disappointment found to me.
Well, near Barrow fanang la mol ekamem for the reason behind neko usieno dabo wa walantuma UDP call imo mol de mi alonko. Marunge nyenenka.
2017 Fabaka Tomondata Tata normally. Eko ni bota UDP into be supported. From the horse's mouth. So neng muewo for and wala nata ke soma. What do you expect? What would you say?
Well, but kamunde telefonang president ya foi kala mole ko UDP la ngaton ko nala moli bala sirangol noma wala tina kamunta fani stala.
That is circumstantial evidence. Wonte mang evidence to auto. Yalon iko buka mbiro da ken zongo boy. Mandungo le wala fo. But wo fanang nte ma kalamuta Yusenu Dabo or Amadou Sane or Kemeseng Jammeh wo sirango noma nyame. Ite fongo mota yake vice president. Obviously ni ita bara je wala nyanda constitutionally wala nyanda kelati. Yaje. But wanted it. Ate fongo Mr. Barrow Mingfo, President Barrow Mingfo, nte ba George la wala. Fatuta je, fa mantuje, fatata muntol nte I am UDP from day one. You know why I'm UDP? Because I believe in the manifesto and the agenda of the party. It's democracy I stand for. I wouldn't go for mediocrity or militocracy. No. I am a Democrat and I believe in the highest ideals of democracy. But kabiling abota je, finance state ya, mo beni yalom. Atata ya kuto form. Tonyala dimbaraka ngo fanando je ka boy fa koto leta patsung kodralo. But me kana so la fala kodra take. Olam quote. I am UDP. Nada for new elections and they ninga mol mo ka foko UDP boy. UDP man boy.
But IEC men kankula eko men ganyero mo Adama Barrow.
IEC is a political party and like the NPP.
No, IEC is an independent institution. Me alonko aba fangoyeda. What do you mean niko independent political institution?
If I ask you what is independent about the IEC, tell me. There's nothing independent about the IEC. Nga jele Aliou Momar Njie fongo dal. Ako ate malon fo sunyaro ketaje. But the million danya ko I will read. I found laugh in his interview. In one of our interviews. Ako a million danya ko. Ate wala karang. Fo sunyaro ketaje ate malo. Ate nyanta asatin lale. But ntenga believe ko sunyaro le ketaje. You know why? I know what we did in Combo.
Niko sunyaro keta nyadin. But this sport counting mo jamal karila wala kang eco sport counting na wala ka ke jana andu na kera draw atal la pulling agent ol men beje wol be ka confirm la IEC fango ya fo ikatel la ka result fango long janna be futale tel la niko sunyaro kera min dole
we call it Wolmang announced at the IEC. I was the chairman of the organizing committee for the All Combo Rally in Brikama. I was deeply involved in it. I still have my laptop which has all the results. But the reality is Minu announced, Minu Kontita at the spot. ESN, Wolmang announced.
Mr. Bojang, ate fongola sate Bojang, you lost against Adama Barrow, ate fongola sate Okonojang. So, you know, that's still former.
No, that is Itelaview.
No, but you want to continue. Ite fongonyala.
Wait, you're not hearing me. Min Kontita, woman for.
How comes? Kabi we continue la fight man taranunje.
25,000 votes to vote. 25,000 voters today. But how did Barrow get 25,000 there? How did he? Nkawala for it and Ming announced that. Woman Conti on the spot. These guys came up with their own results. They decide their own result.
Ngatu lamen jandama kabirin carte o fighter Sati Bajang kabirin carte o fighter kontiro keta Adama Barrow e Ousainou Darboe Dam wo tete bonyen fo at that point itama accept no ko lamen jang
Hadi Bansang Ousainou Darboe Dam jail.
Yeah, because people casted for him.
You think no. That is your belief. That is your belief.
No. But natara nunko, natara nunko sport counting ning carte o fighter dama kondita wol. Sunyaro afonye abe emanate no la wala abe bono la wata nyadil. Pour mo ya understand.
Jamalaka announce. Barrow buka announce. Khalifa Sallah buka announce.
Sorry. Did your polling agency report any irregularities coming in control?
That's why minu fongo be IEC they refuse to sign. Because results it all coming received and they coming announced we are not the same. All at in Alkali Conte and Dr. Sabali will move flow the Malaka and Doyle Musundeng. All the Malaka Afenke, all the other parties here Bandaka sign at the IEC. Find out. That's the interesting part of it. But again, if Fongola Muleka Funtinan sign, later all they make after doing all these dirty works, sign near State House called Faibuka Mosoto. They're finished with them because that's what they had wanted. But here is Africa. Maybe the historical perspective of elections is more long in Africa. But I've been here for generations now.
No, but what do you think? What possibility of President Barrow or NPP reading the election for Abekeno or Nyadile? I want you to just build a perspective, Molia, understand?
This is what I'm telling you. Elections, votes being cast were not counted. We are counted, but not announced by the IEC.
But if that
IEC came up with their own spreadsheet because I'm not sure of it.
If that is the case, I don't see anything stopping your party to say Kabirin Talian results will tally. This is what we have, but UDP never did that.
They did that.
When?
UDP produced 2,000 evidence in a competition. Over 2,000 pieces of evidence. We assembled to the Supreme Court for the Supreme Court to look into it. And we know what they did. They said, no, you know that we are not going to look into this. We are under the conclusion is if they do, Barrow would have been removed by the Supreme Court.
Really?
I'm definitely sure. Because the technicality, monkey loyalty. But at least now experience in international business or financial management, a triviality cannot nullify a contract. So if the Supreme Court judge can tell me a triviality can make him throw away a court case, a petition, I would sit down and ask about the integrity of that individual.
Well, always the same thing. We got a robust judiciary. Independence is in the hand of.
Yeah, European Union report. Because UDP outline as like evidence. They may be trivial, they may be petty to you, but in actual fact, they defied the electoral laws of this country. Imagine more injustice like Carrero Diala. You think it is Carrero da Malo?
European Union, the main contender. Member local President Barrow Ousainou Darboe and other party UDP. They included that too in their report.
Which one? Yes, if they do, no, but maybe I may be biased in that area, but I think I'm wrong. Na constituencies too. Inducement came from UDP is the poorest party around. To be honest, UDP is the poorest party here. I know. Ika UDP Jaminka Samba for all of the diaspora. Our supporters in the diaspora. What like a party in fund? Party la main funds kaboleto. I'm funding individual enrollment and transfer bondeka motor fuel and so on. But often we have to have support from the people from the party and the people in the diaspora because they kakodo nyingi party like.
No, but when UDP luala silota, to you luala silo mantama. Iko party nying albederi ni hanisa na nyadonko.
Whether UDP lake or NPP lake or DOI lake, petition or not, take it, hear it. Then you can know you can near bina wole kelete fola ila ila fenkolti we be include la judgment kono against the UDP. It's fine.
No, but do you think when you said that Kabiri often you said it because you were desperate or you were unhappy about the leadership of UDP?
25 years we've been fighting and we'll continue to fight another 25 years. There's no room for desperation in this.
But I want to know, Niko, lua la silo mantama, wala lua UDP atal nyaton ko alka fo mole lua almeta dere. No, but you were but Niko iko nya almeta dere ne alka lua la fo mole ay ngamra silo biro bije nyanta ka benta and things like. What were you trying to exactly point at? Even on lafring UDP mo neken o wato mene ko tweet.
Yes, really, because I had confidence that the Supreme Court was winning petition or Lamoelal. But when they turned it down, I understand why they did. Because we had a team of lawyers, and I don't think Wolf and Sita, they can be so much taken aback. 4 years, they came out again and said, look, let's put it in again. That was the time I said, I convinced myself, UDP is the greatest respecter of the laws of this country. But again, we are always on the losing side of the law. So why should we go to court again? That was my belief. You believe, to be honest, law. Had demonstration cool founding Penko move to come out. I could know. Pama lo be lungomina guy munine mul tiagas, and he said, I'll say Alia. I don't want. I can't malafi Gambiano yellow bong jang. He said it.
Okay.
But Lua, to be honest, Lua respect. UDP Lua respect Patil Beti jang.
Deputy Karte Fayo fele akanana ale candidate londi Busumbala constituency. President Karte Fayo ko kule keta mi yalanga mambetea wala memu voter inducement and things like that. For mechanism bije mi yalonko alla constituency level jam mi yalonko aliye wala ni pro wasifa kana fanta.
Nda fola publicly. But ndo finance woni mindi wolom nyinti mumu yalonko imu luntango tani be Busumbala constituency. Please Canada ke na Karte Fayo. Ninge je loring kiu kono ngetala laring ikweke dundi bungol min kono jangelone. Because the last time we have information ko inata gele fulale na starfish or foreigners. This time around we are prepared to lay our lives down to make sure ko na will is done.
Ko gele na fina staff yelon foreigner juma e wada mindo.
But tell me how can Gambia population grow over 60% in just 5 years? I cannot understand you.
But that was your team for your party to go to the appeal, the revising court, and also you fold your hands and sat down.
That's true. I have witnesses. Bemba Tambedu will be the nko. Ngamu leje told this called double fenko gunjur. Bemba, UDP should take this. Hanata kemo killing it one case up to the revising courts. No. That's our problem.
They were so overconfident.
No, complacent. Not overconfident. Complacent. The lower cadre, I think you saw my tweet on that too. When people at the grassroots ning observations nata to the people at the top, information ka process le ya domo, you consume it. Process information. Hana marini wuliale nata. Listen to him. Listen to him or her, I information dealer. Then you what is good and bad from this information. You act on it. But information in Adoya process, we were too complacent too. Definitely UDP was complacent because morning advice canale, Ninja Bekela, Karuel left and Ninekela, but matter seriously. But this time around, yeah, and go carry a dialogue for follow the
2017 na le candidate londi janne later part alcohol ne wo ma kino mi yalon ka bulo chodi alla mul fana jan akoy bota kotole wala fanjam fandala wala tina animan ku keno saying alfa albe candidate do fana londi kan a UDP la andon wato wa nalle mel londi alka fo nyimma nyon soto bari ka bamba ka lamul kan o warandi but of course lamul ka wala for everywhere ka foko nyim ngani mo kare men nyine man nyon soro nyine be kala ten at the later part e ka realize ko bari ale même fama bu ka traje
ale ka min fotem fon bare ndingolo modi fon ulu dingolo modi c'est ko ba jaaju I supported him. I support back. And kombo yiru akafu fong. Nga now 5 candidates minu bijangi nge lote ele fang. I remember fang nge be donate fenel. Kombo dingolo. Kombo dingolo kombo sila be mu kombo ngoli. Bari min natake wo amanyinya. Because more ka for nyame fan ha $10,000 ye wala dele be cross carpet. Initially 10,000 nga wala mo.
Allah biro to membe jang a force complain nata na wolto député woni yala kontan bal yayi tan akala na talo men fon be bungo bal ali wala wutu.
Kabiri yalon ka saunta.
Mo me yalon ko abal kono janning abeso if you suspect no Mr. Bojang but nata non ko mo me yalon ko abal kono akere moti mi yalon ko ite fe sobita sorry if he sobita ko o mo molti mi yalan ala faka sawunne atal la yatum why not you call him mina kacha before e balan talo bon la bungo bala
ninte nga kalamuta ko wonatal ko fon ntenena mbe o moy folo letel ntenena mo moy ko ay yalla natalo le bondi wala kam faddi hani natalo bondi woto ntinang ben natalo kala je kote ninte nga kalamuta fam ba kala ate bolaje bar ma kalamuta anu nte ngawo moytelad nte malon fakete fa banki bar mi ntenga mi moy nin kodi kuo ani fangole wolfo but the reality is nimule confidence to the plus dealer ko ngam for no beginning e ko make sure ko ya dealer jiko min kayo mafa
Mamadou Sabally la chance
at the end of the time ni bitala another party ni wila time bande be saun na fanan
Mamadou Sabally la chance of winning nin 10 April carrière fayo nin tundo nin ka be nyade
Mamadou Sabally la fenko ala selection ni be nu je fam balon na ndol nga menke kabiri information dinako be nanta mo la identify la ni candidate select la executive bentajang and nata propose nga 15-man committee form to receive the applications ya yele ya fenke scrutinize. Fortunately for me, I was chairman of the select committee. Chairman ni mulu yang entrust for responsibility la. Panane na keba alaji mbemba. But mbije nga bini nga application songoela nga criteria le set. 5. Education, experience, involvement in the party, marketability and so on. Nga wole landi. Candidate nyanta wole fulfill la. But 9 candidates sort of killing later, application later. Now drop. 8 sort of not scrutinized. But the top 3 not mean sort of me atina 3 found tombo wolom nyinti modula ku ala eligibility according to the constitution of the Gambia. Wolle jibe now lawyers consult. But none to qualification, until qualified a bit. None to experience, until experienced a bit. Because he was minister, secretary general, director of budget, blah, blah, blah. So many positions. Take number 1. But being a select for an Narajako, modular eligibility is questionable. Ndunta nga loyal jani mbita loyal fango yanko nga mo fula do tombombang ngelandaka nata kante tombong one he was a police commissioner na dem bodem bota auto nga bilinga kante tombong nga mankamang laka because kante fanana qualifications be mankamang nyala bo woto be nga wol drop then nga nyin to sabole sam but jani mba sambala we looked we fango na constitutional hananda hanim barata suton sajibe but manke loyalty. But my little understanding nka interpret na unfen we nyame nka ni wala kata lawyers kan kenyi nka is more qualified according to this. That ngate modu fan kili ala lawyer nka ka letter ala lawyer is safe. Let him write to us to tell us o mur ay altule millonje tulma millonje yalo wala ka olam karamon then lawyer saferoke nga usenu dabol be consult nga lawyer Jammeh consult Gambia and in be kamim fonye wala nyenti modu is eligible because the condition process malanaje blah 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 obe la karolti nata modu ta but to be honest lungo min mfuntita na wo selection holo kono jana fendi bembo indila mol bembo indila hani NPP ikata mol katambina fang other parties mol katambina congratulating us for selecting modu yalong harama dum fana ila ko do kata e fama bulu bar do kata mol lebul ila approach towards the people wala keta modula in last elections 2016 kanana njang I have fend the bakele all over the Gambia. It's not only Busumbala constituency. Modu among Pemba Funk and Busumbala constituency. Modu minka ayake bantale all over the Gambia. So and Jafo Jandingolam. Combo
Combo Yurua Kafo. Iko al Karte Famentum Bita, many alonko, well lotan in Tundo Yama. Combo Yurua Kafo, is it intact? Dame Alonko Ngajeko, Dolbeje, Etama. Sonko President Barrow wala carte fayo gagné ngaje dolbeje wol sonda wala President Barrow congratulate
Yurua Kafo manke political grouping it's a development oriented group ndol nga dole pour ka combo fasa combo dingol anin combo silalu karanalu they think they owe something back they can give something back to combo nga wole nin ka follow to help in the development of combo nga minnu ke alto journalist sol bukan noma but yate sol kan noma leno Mbandal Kumandilat. I'll go and search for information. We benjola nyinat. You know. The point is, Kombo Yurua Kafo development group let. Nka health fair. Na sitala nga miranko. Kombo sate dolbija. Ima access to healthcare. So nka minke. Nka lungo le jibe like a Saturday. Nga 30 doctors or dispensers and nurses will samba sate kilinto. We did it in Faraba. We did it in Manduar, we did it in where Mandinaring fang akijele twice. Yaje nka kata isambaje. Puru molmi yalo dolbije bukata no lopitan. Yaje bare near doctor road sambe nang ikataje dulka discover fang dele to ko nyun kuran ka.
Bare ngaje Kombo Yurua Kafo President Barrow congratulate. Abuko ngi fang toje jele.
I'm coming to that. Yaje nga Kombo Yurua Kafo nga nin sanawiat football tournament fanang. Pour ka combo sondi nyokam pour footni sukura ni guyu daron sana yale betem pour footni brikam sunka wol beleke pour ka to keep combo alive we have a focal person for culture environment Dr. Jammeh Bojang olam nu director of Avenue man of international appointment Dr. Buli Sanya Wolo agriculture focal persons for agriculture dol manke political grouping and more min be combo Yurua Kafo different shades of opinion wala bije dolbe party to carry dolbe party car but ming nata ke ite kamim for tending meeting ole keta it was some 3 Sundays ago about that ndamantara no meeting dulato nata moeko oluna brother almamu wala wai bulu tambe wala kuliola janson tamanta nata moy belarin do nata moeko ye na brother konya ngamo Kombo Yurua Kafo kali Barrow Congress you have shifted your allegiance to Kombo Yurua Kafo kanti makalamuta then akonya ko find out then I called the secretary akonye statement only read follow janibe comment la but my problem was nal da kontra kula dulte meeting dula janal be cook actually on that alaf more inform ila opinions ni nkai fana mu Kombo Kafu dingol let. But nobody told me about it. Nada mo ko pa mo rubo jan wo population. I allow you control natalo ke santa ente take duma. But when I asked the vice chair konya ko ha nga Barrow congratulate le because Kafu ya feel ko we have to work in harmony with the government. I said I have no problems with that. But congratulating him will put us in a funny position. Because we are not a KMC yake fine. KMC different councillors from different parties, mayor and so on. Ni yake mayor assign no but woma mayor samba to the opposition party or to the ruling party. Going to manya nakela in the first place. I called Pamodu. Okay, and I express my opinion. I don't support the whole idea of congratulating Barrow, because for me, I think the elections were rigged. They were not free and fair. I made my opinion clear. And I said, I'm UDP. Can UDP Barrow congratulate? I will give it a second thought. Then tell a congratulation of Nafaso if the party does it. Yeah, but near Bekafoto, Nadia Kuke, Al Saranyola. And in the first instance, Kombo Yurua Kafu has no political lineage.
Do you have the feeling, it was done to satisfy an individual?
No. I think it was even a disgrace. I think, Maloram. It was Ajibe recently saying, they're just toying around with, now look at them, they are toying around with the boy, kicking him from pillar to post. And that's woman fair. I mean, he's a Gambian, he has a right to exercise our freedom of association. So if he decides to go to Doi or whichever party, that's his own choice. But Roman Natina, you deprive him of his living in this country.
Abaraka Bake, maybe when I follow Mole many Alanko will like Echo TV International Jibe.
Ninga Bojang, maybe in the river. Anyway, it's very good to have many press houses in this country. It's absolutely good. Public opinion share with the general public on the spirit of fairness or fair play. In as much as you want information to, the person giving you information often needs some kind of protection. Give what, because Nkajele, ikakumofo, ikataka edit, the part of it, imalafi, journalist, imalafi, public gave me more, ikawoldolma, or they jumbled you up with the public. You know, that's not fair. Journalism is a very noble profession. You call it the fourth extent, isn't it? Something like that. And altuleka dunia dera by giving information, correct information, by instigating the public against each other. But then I want to say your Echo TV, well, it's the first time but I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing to educate, entertain Gambians, you know, and to give an opinion. Then journalists will book an opinion did it. They go away. I was in the Football Association for so many years, and if I say this and you think it is not correct, give your opinion somewhere. But because sometimes the journalist needs to defend a la moment interview. You know, you see sense in what I say, say it. If there's no sense in what I say, don't give it. It's good to have this medium. But it's good, and I want to congratulate you. So unfortunately, Kamara Kunanko Lebe in Kuoko Mangalong. Nal make kudomorwato bati nal to do ko kelam.
Abaraka Bake, Mr. Jammeh Bojang. Abaraka Bake, many Yalanko, Wallaka Echo TV International GB program when you many broad one for Wallan Sambataka Plaza. The member program with the Kangala Walamal Badimat Ibrahim Ajara. For Aram Senala Koteke, and a program with the current reality Koteke. Onyama ala Baraka Bake.
badiwlu fo lafta bunkendo la lafta sabati la dame men dabe sono yari walla itinata holiday la lafta sabati la kendo la memo gesa soti sayin ela jahalo banda sambata ko plaza nyinem duladi ise kuntilino dame ye gesa so soro me alanko adama kolya ye bun soto je me alanko 3 bedroom bije 2 bedroom fanambe bulu jela nyim bun kono isula da fefen na iba soto la jela e conditional bije microwave be bun kono ela jonkol be senari abe jankurin jio fana 24 hours abuka kuntu ni yata fana ilafta internet o usla amanjare ye credit ko sang wireless o bi jele 24 hours bar ni mandam wala de ni ata ilafta kodo kila wala ka kodo receive wal fana bi jele memo money transfer isa be keno atra imam finti banda e be dame wala sukuta garden johnson bari mandam woto illa dulabe bansam fana nyim facility kilimul isol fana sorono o dulata je adabe sonari atra ite bata ko surla je ni lafta kuma ko surla ikumandi 230 3841 wala 393-3102 wala handsign 9288244 wala 729 2686 Samba Takko Plaza ñillem dulati mi alongo alse bungu sorono dadi ma